What up, guys? It's your girl, Small Time Hero. Let's talk episode 2, season 2 of Percy Jackson, Sea of Monsters. So we open up this episode seeing the Stephilian birds. The episode's name is Demon Pigeons Attack. So for all intents and purposes, I will be calling them demon pigeons because the Stephilian. I'm not like I don't speak Greek, so I'm not coherent. I don't speak Greek. Okay, guys. Okay, so I will be calling them demon pigeons. So yes, the pigeons are trying to get into the barrier, and the Stephilian birds, which is the demon pigeons, have razor sharp beaks. So basically, they can peck you to death and peck out your eyes and things like that. When I think of Stephilian birds or I think of demon pigeons, I think of Prometheus and the pigeons that feast on Prometheus. I could be wrong, but I think I'm correct about that mythology. But yeah, so the pigeons are trying to get into the barrier, and you can actually see the barrier like bouncing them off, but you can also see it kind of weakening. And so Percy and Annabeth are coming over the hill dressed in full chariot garb, and Annabeth tells Percy basically Percy asks Annabeth, "Hey, how long do you think the barrier is gonna hold?" And like Annabeth is like, "I don't know. It could be a week or it could be a day." Like and they're really trying to get in, and that's why they're attacking the barrier. They know it's gonna fall soon. So we get to the stables where Percy and Annabeth are having a conversation. So Percy and Annabeth basically come up with a way for Percy to be able to participate in the chariot races. Annabeth finds a law in the camp book. I don't know, a rule in the camper's book that says that Annabeth finds a rule basically saying that any camper who is present during a camp-wide event has to be able to participate or be around the event or whatever. So Percy, he just sitting there, he waiting, and guess who tells? Gleason. Gleason go run his snitching ass up there to tell Tonsilus that Percy is out of his cabin and not on cabin confinement, and also that Tyson is with him. And so, Tonsilus comes over there because he like, oh, okay. But of course, we see that this was basically a plan for Annabeth to be able to get into Chiron's office. And in Chiron's office, we see a cracked mirror-like version of what Chiron would, office would kind of look like. In the wardrobe, in Chiron's wardrobe, we see a wanted sign for Tonsilus. And we also see a prisoner jumpsuit for Tonsilus. Like I told you in my first review, Tonsilus is basically being punished by the gods. So it's kind of crazy that they even put him in charge of the camp. But yeah, so Tonsilus is being punished by the gods. Also in the wardrobe, we see a boombox and then a box labeled Chiron with tapes and things in it. She closes up the wardrobe and she also looks into the work desk and she sees a drawer full of drachmas. So she gets the idea to basically send an iris message to Chiron. So let me just specify that Chiron can't contact campers, but of course Annabeth was like, well, I can contact you, you're not contacting me. So she sends an iris message, which Iris is the messenger goddess, I think. I gotta brush up on that. I probably should have looked that up before I did this episode, but before I did this review. But yeah, I think Iris is the messenger goddess, and she can basically send a visual message of you from anywhere. So we see Chiron, and Chiron is with the party ponies. I don't know if they're going to introduce the party ponies in this season or if we're just gonna see them, because they do come back to play later on during the battle. But yeah, we see the party ponies, and Chiron's like, I'm in Miami visiting relatives, and that's who he's visiting, his partying cousins. So I thought that was cool. I really hope we get to see them, because they wear colorful shirts and shit, and it says party ponies. Percy Jackson is just so fucking cool, man. I don't know. It's just so fucking cool. So we see Percy getting ready for the chariot races, and he walks up to Chris Rodriguez. So I will, address the whole thing with them changing the actors and the same actors still being in the show, but not playing Chris. It's weird, but hey, we're gonna roll with it. I mean, we can do the Iron Man thing. I'm here. Deal with it. So we will. But right now, Chris is actually in charge of the Hermes camp, the Hermes cabin, because Luke is gone. So he's the oldest and I think the most skilled of all of them. So right now he is in charge. We also see Clarissa flirting with Chris. I thought that I don't know, I don't remember her having like a love interest. Like she does have a crush on somebody, but I always thought it was somebody from the Hephaestus cabin. I gotta like go brush this up because like these are like minor details that you don't necessarily remember. But yeah, I don't remember it being a crush on a Hermes cabin mate. But yeah, so that. So it's kind of funny though because she's flirting with Chris, but Chris like completely shuts her down. He's just like not even. I don't know if he was oblivious or he was just more like not even bitch. Like I don't know which way it was. Like was it yes, no, I don't know. But Percy and Tonsilus are actually having a conversation. And they decide Tonsilus says that he's come up with a way to Percy is talking to Tonsilus and he says he has a way about saving Camp. Both Percy kind of pushing Tonsilus and Tonsilus basically come face to face while everything is going on. And Tonsilus isn't really listening to Percy, so Percy decides that he's gonna push Tonsilus' hand by announcing that he's figured out a way to save Camp. And you know, Tonsilus is a little irritated. Not even a little, he's very irritated that this kid would even try to show him up. Like he's like really like, nigga, who is you? Who is you? Who you? So we flash back to Annabeth talking to Chiron in his office, and basically Annabeth and Chiron discuss like what's going on with the camp. And you know, Chiron is like, well, it definitely needs to be a quest. He agrees with Annabeth and he's like, but you need to go on this quest, but Percy shouldn't go on this quest. And he says that it has to do with the great prophecy. So I do think that I'm gonna wait until they talk about the great prophecy in the show to like kind of discuss it, because right now I don't know if the great prophecy is going to be the same for, you know, the show versus the book. So we'll wait to discuss that until they actually like release the great prophecy for the show, and then we'll discuss like analyze that kind of. So Annabeth decides that she's, you know, with how she's gonna handle this. And I just want to say that Annabeth is the daughter of the goddess of wisdom and strategy, and I felt like she shat the pot with this shit. Like the way they made her go about this betrayal or about keeping Percy out was so bad. Like I was just I couldn't figure out a better way. But also I am not the daughter of the goddess of wisdom and strategy, so I did feel like that was a really shitty way to do that. But also I feel like, you know, Annabeth, you know, she does what she has to do whether it's harsh or not. We saw that when she pushed Percy into the water in season 1. So after, you know, Annabeth figures out that what she has to do, she comes back and she tells Percy about what she discussed with Chiron. And basically she tells Percy that if she is able to win the chariot race, she can be granted boon and she can ask for a quest from the gods. So she can ask for a quest from the gods. And basically, you know, the way she's wording it is like me. And Percy's like, well, us. Or if we race together, like he makes a point to say your mom created the chariot, my dad created, you know, the horses. If we race together, we have there's no chance of anybody beating us. And she's basically like, but if we split up, we have a better chance and one of us can choose each other for the other person on the quest. So basically, she basically tells Percy that they can race together. Percy is with Tyson and Tyson has another compass. He walks up on Tyson making another compass and he tells him it's for his quest. And like Percy kind of blows it off because I feel like he felt in his bones that she was finna betray him, but he wasn't sure because he trusts Annabeth, you know? And so Tyson tells Percy like he can fix the wheel of the chariot. And like this is a big moment because you find out that Tyson is actually really, really handy. Outside of making these weird one-off compasses, you know, he's really handy. He can fix the whole chariot. So he's also really, really strong. The way he lifts up the wheel and just sits it down. I just thought it was like, I don't know, I wanted him to like hammer a little harder, or like it was just the way he looked like a Christmas elf. Maybe it's because I've been watching a whole lot of Christmas shit, but he just looked like a Christmas elf when he was hammering that shit. So after Tyson fixes the wheel and tells Percy that he can basically fix up the chariot, he also asks Percy when will he be able to talk to Dad or meet Dad. And Percy basically tells him that he doesn't actually get to decide that. and that, the guys decide when they'll meet their children, if they meet their children. And I think that was like a really big deal, because I know Tyson really wants to meet Poseidon, and it like brings, because he doesn't understand like that he's been abandoned and that his dad didn't do shit for him and he left him on the street to suffer. But he does want to meet his father, because that's gotta be exciting to find out that your dad is Poseidon, Cyclops or not. I do love like the illustration of Percy handing Tyson like things to fix, because it reminds me of Kissing Kate Barlow with the "I can fix that" line. Like, I love that scene. Well, I love the setup to that scene. I actually hate that part, but yeah, I love that setup to that scene, but I don't necessarily like the end of that scene. But yeah, it just reminded me, like, Tyson was just like, yeah, I can fix that. Yeah, I can fix that. Yeah, I can fix that. I will say that Percy is way more optimistic about his relationship with his father in the show versus in the book. Like, or maybe, we're not inside his head, so maybe inside his head he like, suck a fucking motherfucking Poseidon, fuck that nigga, da, da, da. Like, maybe he is in his head, but of course we don't know that, because he would have to dialogue that out loud. So, maybe he isn't as, but like, he comes off as more optimistic about his father in the show. So the chariots line up, and we see the Hephaestus chariot, we see the Poseidon chariot with the two white horses. I thought was a nice touch. We see Ares cabin's chariot, excuse me. We see the Athena chariot, and everybody's dressed in their Greek garb. They look so cute. I love it. They look so freaking cute. So let's just say, let's talk about the Ares chariot and these spikes. Why spikes, y'all? Like, y'all couldn't have made that. I mean, I think that is very literature accurate. I do think it's canon, but like, y'all could have made that look more sleeker. I did expect more from the Hephaestus chariot. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more shinier, bronzier. Like, I don't know, like bronze, like shiny bronze. So I was expecting that. I thought the Poseidon chariot was very, very nice looking. It looked very pretty. The Athena chariot looked very regal. I loved it. They look so cute. I didn't get to say this, but like, man, the beauty budget has stepped up. These girls are gorgeous. All of them. Bronte too. Like, all of the girls are gorgeous in this show. So then we get the betrayal that broke 1,000,000 hearts. Annabeth tells Bronte that if the Poseidon chariot gets ahead of them, to take them out. And Bronte responds like, I thought you and Percy were tight. And Annabeth like, that's why I told you to do it. And like, it broke my heart. It broke my heart. No, seriously though, like, come on, man. Come on. Like, I just feel like she could have did this with so much more tact. But anyway, so Bronte like, all right, bet, got you. You want me to take your boyfriend out? I got it. Fuck it. So like, they go at it. The chariot races are fun. They are intense. Like, it definitely drives the plot line forward. And I love like the way it just felt dangerous as hell. Like, I don't know if these kids were really, in danger with these chariots, but I thought it was like, it looked dangerous as fuck, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I really truly love the chariot races. Oh, and in the Hephaestus chariot, we actually get the first look at Charles Beckendorf, which is one of my favorite characters. Selena Beauregard, love y'all. So before they actually go, Clarissa takes out the Hephaestus chariot, like, off bark, like, just boom, take them out. I felt like that was unnecessary as hell, because like, these chariot races are already really dangerous. Like, you could have just like poked them with your spiky pointy shit, but no, you wanted to take out a pipe. So you created this whole situation, and you still won, but you created this whole situation where it just was way more dangerous than it had to be. And it's already fucking dangerous. It was already fucking dangerous. And you was just like, nah, let's amp it up a little bit more. So then the Hephaestus fucking chariot blows the fuck up. They was looking for you, and they said they was gonna blow you the fuck up. That's what the chariot did. It blew the fuck up. So after the chariot actually blows up, the Staphylian, or the demon pigeons, actually break through the barrier, and they start attacking the whole fucking camp. I mean, they going ham. like attacking everybody. And I thought this scene was so cool because like it's one of those moments where you're reading the book and you can really visualize this. So watching it and it like play out exactly how I remember reading it, I thought it was so dope. I thought that was such a dope thing. So Clarissa still like continues to race as the birds are attacking. She also takes out the Poseidon chariot. So she just basically was taking everybody out. I do know that chariot races are for that. So I'm not saying that she was wrong in that. I do think she was wrong for the way she did to his Festus chariot though. Cause like she created that whole situation where that motherfucker blew up. So like that was just unnecessary shit. But she does actually win the chariot race. And because she wins the chariot race, she wins the boon. I thought it was so funny because like they show how everybody is dealing with the birds. And Mr. D is like, he's not like, he's a god. So he's not necessarily like being really attacked by them. But the way he's swinging at them, like he just like unfucking provoked. Like, man, fuck this shit, man, move. But everybody else is like, ah. But he's a god. Like, I think he's full god. So it probably wasn't bothering him, nor was it hurting. So after the birds actually attack, Annabeth and Percy jump into they basically jump into it, and they're basically like, all right, so what the hell can we do? Oh, they used, noise, basically high-pitched noise to drive the birds away before, so we can do that. So Annabeth remembers that she saw the boombox in Chiron's wardrobe. She grabs the wardrobe and she blasts Mariah Carey's Emotions. And it, first of all, iconic. Love it. I love that scene. And also the birds just fucking dissipate. I don't know what I thought they were gonna do, like if I thought they were gonna like swarm, but they just fucking dissipate, and it was so cool. That was like one of my favorite scenes from this episode. So Mr. D agrees that they should have a quest, and Clarice, since she won, is in charge of the quest, and so she chooses Annabeth and she chooses Chris Rodriguez. And Percy is pissed. He is upset. He's like, even if, Percy is pissed. And he's like, even if she hates me, she could still take me. I have experience, which on a quest, experience is a big deal because you're out there and you're children and you're dealing with monsters that can actually kill you. So yeah, experience is a big deal. He has a point. So he's pissed. He walks off. He like, man, fuck that shit. Y'all go on that quest. I hope it failed, bitch. So he walks up on Tyson, and Tyson is actually fixing the Poseidon chariot, I think. And so Tyson, Percy is airing his grievances to Tyson, and Tyson once again using that freaky, icky fucking mimicking shit. He basically tells him that Annabeth backstabs him. And he was like, is that why she told Bronte not to take you out? And he was like, what? What are you talking about? And, Percy was like looking at Tyson like, what? What are you talking about? And Tyson was like, is that the reason why she told Bronte to take you out? And then he starts mimicking what Annabeth told Bronte. And Percy is fucking pissed. He's like, man, fuck this shit. I'm gonna go find my friend on my own. I don't need y'all fucking quest. I might say the count. I might not say the count. I'll come back here with Grover and leave that motherfucking fleece. Fuck that fleet, ho. Fuck that fleet. And you know what? I think it's okay for him to feel that way. Because the way she did this shit was so fucking grimy. It was so grimy. She could have came up with a better way to like stop him from going or stop him from trying to go. Hey Percy, listen, I can't tell you why, can't tell you that you don't know something, but you cannot go on this quest. Trust me, I'm the child of a thing. So Percy actually talks to Grover via empathy link because he went to sleep again after he decided that fuck it, I'm going on the quest by myself. And so in the empathy link, him and Grover discuss, why Polyphemus took him and, the trap that's set up for satyrs and now demigods alike with the golden fleece. But also, Percy mentions that Annabeth betrayed him. And Grover mentions to Percy that, like, why would she do that? Like, I betrayed you once, but it was because, and, Chiron told me to. And so he's like, oh, shit. Chiron told her to betray me. So, fuck it. I'm still going on this quest, but I can't go with her. Cool. But I'm going to go by my goddamn self. Smoke by myself. Drink by myself. Drink by myself. By my goddamn self. For real? By my goddamn self. So Percy goes to the beach and he like, man, fuck this shit. I'm I'm gonna ask my dad to help me get across this goddamn water. I mean, he is the god of the sea, so he could, let a nigga just float in a bubble. He ain't did that yet. Well, no, he did do that, so he could do that, but it probably would take too long. So Percy decides to ask his father for permission, and like Hermes answers the request. And Hermes is like, hey, look, check this out. Look, cuz I think that you have a good heart and you're smart, and that you understand that some people aren't, can be saved. And he's basically like pleading for Percy in his godly way to try and save Luke. And like basically this quest is gonna help Percy, like, he could go on this quest and save Luke. And so Hermes is helping him because, of course, the gods only do things that would benefit them. And Hermes and Luke having a relationship is very, very important. And honestly, part of the reason why Luke went down this path without giving away anything. So basically, Hermes gives Percy the thermos with the 4 winds. So Hermes gives Percy the thermos of the 4 winds. He gives him some vitamins, and he also gives him a boat, and basically tells him he has to catch up to the yacht that's out, far in the horizon. And he sends him on his way. I would like to stop and say this: I miss George and Martha. Bring back George and Martha. I want George and Martha. I feel like they are a good part of Hermes's personality. So Percy does like tell his older cousin that he doesn't feel like Luke can be saved. He feels like Luke is past saving. And honestly, I get that from Percy because of the way Luke betrayed him, and like he keeps betraying. Like, I could understand Percy being like, fuck him. But I do think that Hermes probably should have had that conversation with Annabeth, because they are closer, and she would have more reasons. So Tantalus figures out that Percy is on the beach because because Gleason tells him. And so he runs to the beach, and he basically is trying to shoot at Percy. And Annabeth comes up. My bad. Annabeth comes up to see Percy getting ready to leave. She like, where are you going? And basically Percy tells her what happened. So she goes with Percy, and Tantalus comes out, and he's trying to shoot them. And then we just get this hilarious scene of Tyson like mowing down fucking Tantalus. And like, I don't know, it was just comedy. Like, it was like really good comedy. I will say that like I kind of like the books version better. Like, I don't know why they chose Tantalus, but like the theories that guard the borders would have worked better. I thought that would have been cool because you open up the world of the show a little bit more without like pigeonholing the characters. But yes, Tantalus shoots at them. He actually puts a hole in the lifeboat, and quick thinking Tyson was like, give me a bandage, and so he bandaged that bitch up. And then he took another shot, and Percy was able to deflect it because it was celestial bronze. And Tyson remarks, we're on a quest, y'all. And honestly, I really love this episode. It was quicker, not like faster in playtime, but it moved faster. It moved at a faster pace, and I really did enjoy that. This episode was like a 10 for me. Like, it 9.5, 9.7, definitely very, very high up on the I really like this scale. So I'm definitely like really excited for episode 3. I will be live streaming episode 3 here at like, I'm thinking I'm gonna do it at like maybe 12, maybe, but we're gonna see. I will be putting out notifications so you guys will know when I go live or whatever. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, you like, and you tell me if you like this episode. Let me know what you think about the show, and we can discuss. All right, guys, see you later.